5 database, and this video is going to cover the 5.1 question on coaches table. Alright, so the question asks us to first open coaches table and do the following. So we're going to double click on coaches table, go to the design view. First question says set the default value of the team field to SA. So in the team field, make sure you've selected that field name. You come down to the properties. Under general, we are going to look for default value, and over here we're going to type in SA. Then it says set the primary key on the most appropriate field. So before we decide where we're going to put the primary key, we need to know what is a primary key. And a primary key is the key that we allocate to the field that is unique to that specific record. So if we look at code, the description that says unique code. So already we know that this is definitely the field to put it in. Now it says insert an input mask on the code field to accept the following codes. So on the code field, we select the code field. We're going to come here to input mask, and this is now where you need to turn to the back of your exam and look at the input mask characters. The codes here we have is 4 of them, and each of them starts with 2 letters, SA, PR, CY, BA. So what we can do is put in 2 capital L's for the 2 compulsory letters that these codes start with. Then the third character in each of the cases, the first one is a $sign, the next one is a 6, then the third one is a space, and the last one is the letter N. So it's taking a $sign, a number, a space, as well as a letter. And the character symbol that we need to use for that is the ampersand. And then the last 2 digits of each of the codes, you'll see that they're each 2 digits, and 2 compulsory digits is a 00. Alright, there we go. Now it says change the data type of the record field to a more suitable data type by checking the description. So let's go to the record field. Inside the record field, you will see it is saved as a number, and it says here, was there a record? Now that is a question that we can answer with either yes or no. So what we're going to do is here by number, we're going to look for a data type that will accommodate that type of answer, so yes and no. Change the field properties of the event field to display a list of options. So what we're going to do now is the events field. Click on that. Over here under general, we've got next to it a little tab that says lookup. We click on the lookup and it says display control. Right now it says text box, so we need to click on the little arrow and we are going to pick either a list box or a combo box. Now the difference is a list box just gives us a list. We can only select from that list, but it is a list, so it would be the correct one if you were to pick that. A combo box is a combination of the text box and a list box. What that means is you'd be able to type something in if it isn't on the list, but it also gives you a list. So either one of these bottom 2, in my opinion, would be accurate. So I'm going to put in a combo box, and then we're moving on. So I'm going to go back to general. Now it says the Commonwealth Games took place from the 4th of April 2018 to the 15th of April 2018. Change the properties of the participation date field to ensure that only valid dates can be entered. Ensure that the user is assisted with the input. Alright, so if we come down here to validation rule and validation text, these are the 2 properties we're going to be working with. The rule, we tell the computer what it is we want the user to enter, and over here the text, we're telling the user, in case they make a mistake, what they should be typing in. So by typing it in, you can just copy the question from the exam and say ensure that the date is only from the 4th of April 2018 to the 15th of April 2018. And then the rule, we are going to type in between. Now when we're dealing with dates, remember we have to use a /, which is the same as a divide. So if I write it this way, the computer is going to see that as 2018 divided by 4 divided by 4. So what I need to do is put a hashtag at the beginning and at the end of the date so that the document is aware that we are dealing with dates. So the date is the 4th of April 2018 and the same thing, hashtag 2018 0415 and finish off with a hashtag. Alright, so over here the text, remember this is what I'm going to be telling the person that's typing in, only dates between yeah, there we go. So that's enough of a description. If they make a mistake and they put any date besides the ones between these two, that they should actually check the date and make sure that it falls within these two and including these two. Okay, that is done. We are going to save the table and then we are going to close it. All right, well done.